I'm Kathleen Henderson from Roots and Boots, and in this video we're going to show you our new farm equipment. We have a new stock trailer and a new farm pickup. So I just have to say that we are coming up on our 6th-year anniversary on the farm, and until now we have made do with lesser equipment that was not as well suited to the task. So I know Greg especially Greg is excited to have a trailer. He's going to show us some of the features that he has been wanting. But I should also say that just like we talk about waiting on your homestead, on your land, before installing anything permanent like fencing or other structures, because you need to take that time to learn your land and learn how you plan to use it and decide where you really want things to live, especially more permanent things. Same thing is true for equipment in a lot of cases. And so using what we had, making do with what was available to us, allowed us to develop a better idea of what it was that we really needed, what features and qualities we needed in our equipment, and also it builds the anticipation, so when you finally get what you really need, you are very appreciative. So let's take a look at this new stock trailer. So what are you most excited about on this trailer?
The thing I'm most excited about is that it has a slide gate at the back.
How does that work?
The great thing about the slide gate is it really helps when loading a steer. I'm going to unlatch the hitches and I'm going to pull it open. So what this lets me do is it lets me run a steer on. So we are actually putting in some new fencing in the field that will allow me to load much easier. And so now we have all the equipment that we need: the truck, the trailer, the fencing, the corrals. We're going to have everything that we need to effectively load an animal and to do it without wasting an entire day doing it.
And without any danger, bodily danger,
yes,
to family members.
Yeah, I think last year was a wake-up call for me. We had one steer who we couldn't load, and we had to actually ended up processing it on farm. But before that, we tried to load it several times. And one time, we had makeshift gates that were bungeed together, and one time we put it in there, and normally you could just run the cows around and eventually they would go on the trailer. This steer did not want to go on, and he was probably about 1,100 or 1,200 pounds. He'd gotten really big, and he actually jumped one of the gates that we had set up, and the gate fell back onto me, and it could have been really disastrous. It also has a swing gate feature. So the swing gate, what I like about that is if I'm loading 2 sets of animals, then I can swing this open, and it's really makes it easy for loading hogs. The hogs can easily go up on here. I can get multiple hogs on at one time. It makes it very simple. So I like the swing gate feature. The swing gate is also good when you're unloading. So if I'm unloading hogs, I can pull it wide open and shove them off. It also has a split bed, which is nice. So how do you want to unlock that? What this allows me to do is it actually allows me to take multiple animals at one time to the processor. So before, I would have to take 1 steer at a time. Now I could potentially take 2 steers because of the size of the trailer, or I could take 1 steer and 2 hogs, so it's going to make it much easier. Another nice thing about the trailer is that it has a light. That's really great because I take animals often at like 5 in the morning, and so it's nice to have a light if I need it. One of the great things about this trailer too is the safety features on it. An automatic brake, so that if for some reason everything comes apart here and drops, then this safety switch will pull off and an automatic brake will come on, locking up the wheels and hopefully preventing any disaster on the road.
I don't think we want to share the details, but we actually know about disaster on the road from firsthand experience. There was a situation recently with our old trailer and truck to where someone could have been very seriously injured, and by the grace of God, all the people and animals involved were kept safe. I'm talking on a highway. I'm not going to share the details. We don't like to think about it, but we're very happy to have the safety features that we have on this new trailer.
I also like my new drop hitch that I got for this truck because it has multiple ball sizes. I have different trailers on the farm. Some have 2-inch balls, some have 2 5/16 balls. Before I was taking one hitch off, putting another on, depending on the trailer that I had. Now I can just use the same one. I don't have to unhook and rehook all the time. That's going to be wonderful.
So what do you like?
I like my new balls. So the cool thing about this truck, this is my new Chevy. I love it.
Your new toy.
My new toy. I can set all of my trailer settings on here. I can actually go through my lights, and it will, instead of having to go out behind the truck and see if my lights are working, I can actually just start a light test and it'll run through all of my lights, and then I could walk back there and I can look and it'll rotate through everything. I don't need 2 people to do it. And then once it's done, it'll tell me if anything is working or not working, and then I can correct it if I need to. The other thing that's really cool, if I turn on my blinker, then the whole display over here lights up and shows me my blind spot, which is wonderful when you're pulling a 16-foot stock trailer.
And what about all the cameras?
Yeah, I have cameras too for backing up. So I don't think it'll come on right now.
But it shows you all the different views, which is nice when you're trying to hitch the trailer and when you're trying to back the trailer, right?
So when I'm doing all of my towing and backing up, I can actually see everything. Everything, like I can back up onto the ball and hitch it up without having to jump in and out of the truck multiple times. It's wonderful.
So it started raining on us. I'm going to keep this quick, but this is our old truck, which we're not complaining about. But one big issue that we've had with this truck for us is that it's diesel, which can be a good thing, but you have to be using it regularly, or I don't actually even know all the details. It also has this very classy method of keeping the tailgate shut. But anyway, we ran into the problem to where we're really not using this regularly enough to keep the engine in good order. We use it for hauling livestock, and we use it for a lot of other farm things, but it's not like we're using it every day. So this new pickup truck is regular gas, not diesel, and I think that's going to work out a lot better for our purposes. It's really raining now, but that's the new equipment that we're really excited about for hauling livestock in particular. Be sure to like this video. Subscribe to my Roots and Boots YouTube channel for more homesteading, homeschooling, home-based content here on YouTube.